Hi, my name's Aubrey. I'm a master esthetician here at Advanced Skin and Body Solutions, and I want to welcome you all to our virtual skin rejuvenation event on how to achieve filter-free skin using the amazing technology that is one of our favorites, Tixel. I encourage you all to stay until the very end for a live Q&A where you'll have an opportunity to submit all of your questions in the chat box. I also want to remind everyone that all attendees will be entered into our giveaway for a prize valued at $550, and we'll be offering our event special only pricing through April 18th, where if you purchase a series of 3 treatments, you'll get the 4th for free. So what does Tixel do and why did we bring it into our practice? Tixel is designed to gently resurface the skin by stimulating collagen. This treatment helps to smooth texture, soften fine lines and crepiness, and improve overall skin quality and skin glow. How is Tixel different from other similar treatments or devices? Tixel uses thermal mechanical energy instead of light lasers or needles. It delivers precisely controlled heat to the skin for skin rejuvenation, making it safe for many different skin tones and gentle enough to treat really close to the delicate eye area. It has minimal downtime compared to some of the other resurfacing devices. What can Tixel treat? Tixel is great for treating a wide variety of skin concerns, anything from fine lines and wrinkles to crepey skin on the face, neck, and eyelids. It's great for treating texture like acne scarring and pores. It can help brighten pigmentation and sun damage, and just the overall skin renewal. Who is a good candidate for Tixel? Tixel is a perfect option for patients who are seeking smoother, tighter, healthier looking skin without the use of needles, lasers, or radiofrequency energy. It's safe for a wide variety of skin types and skin tones, and an excellent choice for those seeking noticeable results with minimal downtime. So what is the downtime of Tixel and when can I expect to see results? Usually downtime is minimal. You'll typically notice redness the first day accompanied by a little bit of a sunburn feeling that usually lasts the first 1 to 2 days, followed by a little bit of light speckling and possibly some flaking that can last through days 5 to 7. You can wear makeup 24 to 48 hours post. An improvement usually begins the first few weeks post-treatment and continues for 2 to 3 months after. We do definitely recommend a series of about 4 treatments spaced out 4 to 6 weeks apart from each other, since results do continue to build over time. Thank you so much for joining us for our virtual event featuring Tixel. I do want to remind everyone that all attendees will be entered into our giveaway valued at $550, and we will contact you by phone or by email. Make sure you check your texts afterwards to secure a complimentary consultation, and we'll be offering this event special only pricing for a series of 4 treatments through April 18th. Now I invite you all to stay for about 15 to 20 minutes for a live Q&A where we can answer all of your questions. Make sure you put them in the chat box. Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you so much for joining our Tixel event and joining our live Q&A. We are excited to answer some questions for you, so make sure you drop them in the chat box and we can try to get to as many as we can. And just to review our specials for today, we're offering, if you purchase 3 Tixel face and eye treatments, you'll get the 4th for free. That is going to be 25.50, and that will be about $850 savings, which is super exciting. And all of you are going to be entered into our giveaway as well for a free eye treatment. So we got some good things going on. So we can get into some questions.
Yeah, feel free to drop any questions you have regarding the treatment. Um,
Let's see.
Someone said, how long does the treatment take? It varies on the area you're doing, but anywhere from start to finish 30 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Um, the eyes, or if you're doing just around the mouth, can be a little bit quicker. Whereas if you're doing face, eyes, neck, it can take a little bit more time. Someone says, does it treat acne? Yes, it's very good for acne. You can treat overactive acne, scarring as well.
Mhm.
Um,
Something that we also do during the treatment that adds a little bit more time but makes it so helpful is we do topical numbing. So you'll come in, we'll take your photos so we can track your results each time. You'll numb for about 20 to 30 minutes. So that will be the first half of the appointment, and then the treatment itself will be another 30 minutes or so, kind of depending on the area.
yeah.
Um, what does it feel like? Does it hurt? Tixel, honestly, each pulse is so quick. So the topical numbing helps so much, of course, but each pulse, it happens so, so quick. So by the time you feel it, it's almost like it's long gone. It's milliseconds. So it feels like a hot tap, but it's really quick. There's no lingering pain or anything like that. Afterwards, you do feel warm. The area for me that was the most difficult was treating really close under the eyes and over top, but even that wasn't uncomfortable. It was just weird. So nothing is, I wouldn't say it's painful. I would say it feels like a quick hot tap, and then around the eyes is weird, but it's one of my favorite areas to treat because it's pretty unique. Not
Yeah.
much else can get that close to the eyes. It's not needles, it's not laser, so we can treat right up to the lash line underneath to help with smoothing, crepiness, eye bags, and then same thing on the lid. Helps with smoothing, lifting. So I love treating the eyes.
Yeah. Minimal discomfort, minimal to
Super
no
minimal.
discomfort. Typically everyone is able to tolerate with the treatment totally fine.
Mhm.
Someone else asked, how many treatments would I need? Well, it varies. Typically, we like to start with a 4-time package. And then after that, maintenance, or maybe you might need additional sessions depending on severity of condition. Um,
Can you combine this with other treatments, and what do you recommend? Yes, it works great in combination with different treatments. One example being injectables. So Botox or Tox, Dysport, filler. We do give a little bit of time if you have had the injectables first. We want to give it 2 weeks for it to fully settle and integrate into the tissue before we go in with the Tixel. If you get Tixel first, you can get injectables that same day. Sometimes it's nice to kind of do one at a time first so you know how your skin and your body react to each one individually before combining them same day, but they can absolutely be done same day. And then by the time you're healing from your Tixel, your injectables are kicking in too.
Yeah. Softwave is another good one that people have been adding for same day. Really get that tightening and lifting effect, but also treating other areas where Softwave doesn't go over for different concerns on the nose and overall just pores, texture, fine lines.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Softwave eyes with Tixel has been a really common one as well. You get the brow lift,
Mm-hmm.
and then you also really get closer to the lash line.
Mm-hmm.
To really help target tightening.
We call that the wow brow. So with the soft wave, we do the skin tightening right under the brow here. And then with the Tixel, we can go in and get closer to the lash line and not on the eyelid. So it helps with the lift and then the resurfacing. So it's a great, great combo.
Is Tixel sun safe? How long do I have to wait before I can go in the sun after treatment? Um, Tixel is typically summer safe. I wouldn't say sun safe. You want to make sure that you don't have any active tan. when you come in for any treatments, and that you also avoid sun exposure during the healing process. So typically we like to say around 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after a treatment, just to allow the skin to safely heal and minimize any adverse risk with an active tan.
And always wear your SPF. We're big around here. So.
Yeah.
So what to expect for post-treatment, healing time, recovery time, and just general post-care instructions. So right after the treatment is usually when you'll feel it the most in terms of just feeling hot, but it's good. That's what we want. We're trying to create that controlled injury in the skin. So right after, you'll be red, you'll feel like you have a sunburn. Usually for about 2 hours post-treatment, you'll feel the most warm. And then a couple of hours post, it feels a lot better, but you'll be red for most of the day going into the second day. And then sometimes starting on day 2 for the rest of the week or the next 5 days or so, you might just be a little bit speckly. So if you look really, really, really close, you'll just kind of see little tiny speckles in the skin. It might feel kind of like sandpaper, just a little bit rough. It's not super visible to anyone else, but if you look really close, you can see those little micro injuries. But it's pretty minimal. I would say day 1 is where you'll notice the most with the redness.
We also give a part of the post care. We provide a customized take home serum that helps with recovery and enhancing outcomes. There's many different serums that we have to choose from. It's by Alina Medical, and a very good choice for topical to apply after, while your microchannels are still open for direct absorption of those really good ingredients.
And we also use customized serums depending on the concern. Tixel can do a lot. So depending on if we're trying to refine surface texture, if we're trying to target the delicate eye area, if we're looking at brightening pigmentation, reducing redness, treating active acne, acne scarring, we have an array of different serums to pair with the Tixel, and that will give you a customized result too.
Yeah. Can I work out after? It is best to wait a couple days to allow your skin to fully heal, trying not to stimulate circulation, and overall just take it easy while you're in the recovery period. I would say around 3 to 5 days at least before you want to work out. Ease into it. Try not to do a heavy, vigorous exercise. No hot tubs, saunas. Yeah.
Are there any other areas besides the face Tixel can treat? Absolutely. Tixel can treat, I mean, pretty much it can be used anywhere. Some other really common areas that people love to treat are the hands, the back of the hands, because we get sunspots, just normal signs of aging on the hands. The chest and the décolleté is a really common one. We can spot treat areas on the body with scarring. Tixel can be used really anywhere.
Yeah.
So
yeah. There's definitely, it's safe for hypertrophic scarring or keloids on the body. It is a little bit more of a stubborn condition, but it has been proven to show efficacy and improvement. There's been cases where people use it for hair restoration. Did we answer? Is there any side effects I should prepare for?
I mean, really the only side effect is just the typical anticipated healing response of being a little bit red the first day. During your consultation, we'll go over true contraindications that might, or just considerations that either might make us approach the treatment in a different way. For example, if you need to pre-treat beforehand with a pigment inhibitor, if we're tackling dark spots, we'll go over things like that in the consultation. Or, like we don't treat over moles, or if you have tattoos, we won't treat over those. So I would say as far as side effects,
swelling.
Some people get a little bit swollen.
It's very mild swelling if that does occur, and we usually have tips and tricks that we also provide during the consultation to help try to minimize or avoid that.
Is it safe for darker skin tones? Yes, that's another reason we love Tixel. It can be used for any skin type, any skin tone. Um, it's not attracted to pigmentation, and so we can treat all skin types. We will prep the skin a little bit differently. We'll have you pre-treat with that pigment inhibitor about a month beforehand and throughout the treatment series, but it's safe for any and all skin types.
Can I treat the eyes if I've had eye surgery? Um, Depends on how long ago and usually which eye surgery. We like to say anywhere from 6 to 12 months just to be safe and allow full healing after the surgical treatment. Um,
All right, what do I need to do before my treatment to prepare my skin? So aside from possibly pre-treating with a pigment inhibitor, wearing sunscreen will have you avoid retinoids 5 days beforehand, or any actives like acids, exfoliation, just so your skin isn't sensitive going into treatment. Um, and we'll, in your consultation, we'll kind of go over if there's any specifics that we would like you to do. There's other skincare that can kind of help get your skin into the healthiest state it can be. I like pre-treating with retinoids leading up to the treatment as long as we're avoiding that 5 days prior. Vitamin C is a great topical to use to get your skin in the healthiest state. So we can help kind of create a customized, tailored plan for you and your skin goals. All right.
all right. How soon will I start to see results, and is there any maintenance treatments? Yes, so results typically they're gradual improvement. They're not an instant correction. I always like to emphasize that because it takes time before the results kick in. Same as, working out or getting a haircut. And your home care is very important to help enhance and maximize your outcome. But typically around 3 months after your final session, we try to get a follow-up, and during that time, we discuss any recommendations for maintenance or further treatment plans as needed. Um, sorry, you go ahead.
Either way.
Can Tixel settings be customized for my skin, or how do you manage that during treatment?
Yeah, so we always customize settings from person to person. It bases off of what we are specifically targeting, and it depends on your specific skin type. It depends on if it's your first treatment, if we've been doing them for a while, if it's your second, third, fourth. We usually start with more just regular, mild settings, see how you heal, and then we can always turn it up. The next time we can turn it down, we can adjust it. For example, if you are prone to melasma, we want to keep that in mind. We don't want to, trigger melasma from the treatment. Tixel is actually a great treatment for melasma, but we'll adjust settings so that it's safe for melasma, safe for if you have rosacea, safe for sensitive skin. So we can always customize settings based on your specific skin type. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anything else. Any last minute questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box. How long do results? What does maintenance look like? That's a great question. That also depends a little bit on what we're treating. So for example, if we're treating acne scarring, we treat the scar to its fullest potential. And then once a scar is treated, there's no maintenance necessarily for that type of condition. But let's say we are addressing fine lines, wrinkles, skin laxity, crepiness. Once you do your initial series,
time still goes
on.
You want to get, sometimes it's a maintenance session in 6 months, sometimes it's once a year, but I would say just standard recommendation is once a year maintenance, just so that you don't get back to your baseline point, and you help longevity of the outcome to last a lot longer. All right.
Well, we'll do, maybe this might be the last one, unless some more come in, but when to choose Tixel versus laser resurfacing. They can both be used for resurfacing, but we kind of take certain things into account when deciding between one or the other. Tixel is a great option. Well, number one, if it's kind of your first time entering into these treatment options for resurfacing,
It is more gentle, or we can make it stronger if need be, but the downtime is minimal. A few days versus some laser treatments can be a few weeks, depending. Tixel is a great option for superficial concerns like creepiness, texture on the surface, whereas laser sometimes goes a little bit deeper. So it depends on your specific concerns, but Tixel's a great option for easy downtime. Yes, you need more treatments, but it's overall pretty easy to heal from.
Also, like if someone has concerns with the eye area, with laser, you have to have eye protection. You're very limited with how close to those areas you could treat. If you have sometimes a variety of different concerns, which is like redness or, fine lines and pigments, all three in one, Tixel is a good a treatment plan to just do a series of that one uh, treatment instead of, doing two or three other treatment plans. So that one's a good one to combat different concerns with just one machine.
Absolutely. That might wrap things up. Let's see if any other questions have come through here. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining. I hope we were able to answer your questions. Make sure that you respond to the text that you'll receive after this, and we can get you in for a free consultation. We can go over your treatment plans specifically and get started. So we hope to see you soon.
Excited, you guys. Let's get those Tixels in.
Yeah.
All
Bye.
right.
Thank you.